Guys, how's it going? So what's this class?
This class, Pat, is called Celebrity Philanthropy.
Awesome.
And one reason, the main reason we invited you here was because I caught you doing what I call random acts of philanthropy. You know, you are a celebrity. You're kind of a rock star. In fact, when we asked this class, who they'd like to see in this class, as guest speakers, the first thing anybody shouted out was Pat McAfee.
Well, I appreciate that. You guys are the best. I really appreciate that. And Evan, great tweets, man. You're doing great. Max opened the door for me when I went into the bathroom. Good guy. Good glasses. Good flow. You're doing great. Happy I could be here. This is an honor. This is really cool. Thanks for having me.
So part of it's going to be a little serious.
Okay.
So, we thought most of these students have done what we call the philanthropic autobiography. What are some of your earliest memories of philanthropy, either as a recipient or as a donor, somebody doing something?
I'm not very sure. I think I grew up in a family of firefighters and EMTs. I remember my uncles having to leave like Christmas because their beepers went off back in the day when beepers would happen, and they'd have to go take a fire down or something like that. But for me, I don't really remember much of the giving or taking at an early age. I always knew that once I got money, that I wanted to help people out, though. So
you did.
Yeah, I don't want this to make like I was a poor child, but my family struggled, and then once I realized that I had a potential to make money, I always knew I wanted to give back to people, and I think life is truly about fulfillment. And kicking balls is not very fulfilling. It's my job. I think it's really cool whenever I go out there, close my eyes, swing like hell, and a ball just flies. But the most fulfilling thing is making somebody's day. And that's why I enjoy doing stand-up comedy. That's why I enjoy doing all these things. That's why I enjoy helping organizations, because I think life is truly about fulfillment. And that's what philanthropy has become for me, is just chasing fulfillment mostly. And I'm lucky to do it, really. I think anybody that would be in my position would do the same. Well, I have a good friend that works with the Wish for Our Heroes organization, which takes care of the basic necessities for vets. And I got a chance to meet him. He's a multiple Purple Heart recipient. He got blown up like 13 times in Iraq and Afghanistan. His name's Eric Orrick. And this guy is just a walking, talking motivation human. That's just what he is. He's not supposed to be alive, but he gives, his entire life is to giving back. And once I met him, just doing things with him, it really gives you like a purpose almost, because you feel, you got people who are going through some stuff, whatever it is, whether it's Children's Hospital where you got kids battling who are tougher than that I'll ever be, or these vets who come home and are struggling with PTSD or homeless or whatever, and then you get a chance to give them something, and then to see I get a lot more out of it than they do. Mm-hmm. They're going to utilize my money and time better than I ever would, and it is. I don't know. I'm not a scientician by any means, I'm not a mathematist, but I tell you, it feels good when it happens, and that's the feeling you chase. That really is the feeling you chase.
The local inner city school, I think it was Northwest High School over here, they didn't have football uniforms and equipment. All their equipment's out of date, their uniforms out of date. And what did you do? Well,
I forget how they came about. I think it was on the news or something like that. It was on WTHR, and I have a good relationship with them. I've been friends with Dave Calabro since I got here, and it popped up on the news. I was watching it one night, and it was like this team. It was a tough part of town, right? And I think the best way to fix all the problems we have in our community is to give people opportunity. I think that's just the easiest way to take care of every situation. And sports are a great way to offer opportunity for people. And I was watching this, and these kids wanted to play football. They wanted to do the right thing. They wanted to do well in school so they could play sports on Friday night. And they didn't have the opportunity. They had like mixed match jerseys and pants that didn't fit, and they were wearing cleats from soccer cleats that didn't fit. And it just looked like a movie of horrendous stuff. And I texted Dave Calabro. I said, I didn't even think it was real. I said, is this a real thing? And he said, yeah. So the next day I got a hold of some people, and it was just easy. It was an easy thing just to make an opportunity happen. And we have a lot of good people at the Colts that helped out. The equipment managers got on the phone to the people they know. And basically we tried to just deck them out with a full outfit, basically. We got them blocking pads. They got them uniforms, jerseys, cleats, helmets, tackling dummies, footballs, just try to kind of help them out. And it was just something that anybody would have done if they saw the story like I did, and it's just we're giving them opportunity. And I still get messages from their coach, their principal, students there. We got a chance to go look to their homecoming. It was a cool situation. But you're talking about a part of town that doesn't have much, and then that kind of sparked a little bit of hope. And I think that's a big deal. I think hope is a big thing to right our wrongs. And it was just easy. I mean, that's just something that's easy to do, and you figure, why not? So the NFL has all these damn awards, and like the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award, and then now there's the Salute to Service Award, and all these things. And for years I've been doing this stuff, and it's anybody that starts doing stuff for the TV, right, then you kind of lose the fulfillment of it, because then it's just becoming entertainment. It's becoming a job as opposed to fulfillment. So everybody tries to promote a lot of stuff. I hate it, though. I want to let you know I hate it. But a lot of the things that get on TV, it helps promote others to do the same. My man here is a foreign fella. He's filming right now. We know each other. I don't know if you guys know him. We did an H.H. Gregg remodel of a vet's house. The guy that I just mentioned earlier, Eric Orick. And at the beginning phases of it, we didn't want to promote it. But then once we got these guys on board, it helped promote Wish for Our Heroes, which is the organization. It's such a broad thing. So you got to take the good with the bad. So sometimes people look very shallow whenever they're doing everything for TV. I don't enjoy it, but it helps spark interest in others to do the same. So it's kind of a balancing act. Because I mean, if everybody wanted to donate $1 million to that school, that would have been cool. But there's really nothing else that could have happened there. It was cool. It was a cool situation, though. Those kids are really good people, too.
But one of the last things you did that was in the paper, a very small article that you did, that probably went unnoticed by most people, is that you paid the electric bill for 400-some families whose electricity was going to be cut off.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
So we've been doing that for 4 years.
Oh, you have been?
Yeah, okay. So we've been doing that. I've been doing that for 4 years. And I remember when I was a kid, before Christmas or before Thanksgiving, like the bills were always a big deal. I'll never forget, this is why I didn't get a credit card until last year. So I always hated credit cards. My mom and I went to this store called Hills, okay, and it was right before Christmas. And we're buying something, it was like a $50 thing. She was buying it for me for Christmas. She said, this is past Santa. You know, it was at the point where I knew that Mom and Dad were Santa Claus. And she said, go to the store and point out what you want. And I wanted this, it was like a $50 thing. I forget what it was. And my mom's face was a little shaky, but she says, okay, let's go get it. And her credit card got declined, right? So we put this thing on layaway. And I didn't end up getting it until after Christmas, I think. It was my Christmas gift. I didn't get it until after Christmas. And the reason why was because the bills that had to be paid, right? They remortgaged the house like 5 times so I can continue to play soccer and football and do all these things. Like they kind of just laid it all out in line for me. And it was quick to notice once I had this money that Christmas would be much better for a lot of people if their bills were reset. So what we wanted to do was a bill reset. And we've been doing it for a few years with IPL. It worked out great. There's a connection at the Colts. His wife works at IPL. And we tried to figure out how to do it. So we were doing it to the right, giving money to the right people. People were trying to pay their bills. So we did it for a couple years. And then this past year, they said, can we promote this a little bit because we think it'll spark others to do the same. And they promoted it a little bit. We sparked a little bit of interest. And I think a couple thousand people's bills were paid by other people, too. So people were like calling in to pay other people's bills. So it kind of started like a really cool little circuit of people helping people. And it's been a really fun thing. Because that's, I haven't been a chance, we do it during football season, so I don't get a chance to be there. But they filmed a couple people's reactions whenever they get their bills reset to zero. And it's one of those things. It's just really cool, and I'm in a position to do it, so why not? And hopefully Christmas is much better for them. I always do it around Christmas time, around the holidays, so they can buy gifts for the kids and enjoy themselves. And it's just a really cool thing. It's really, I'm lucky to be in the position to do it. So it's really cool. It's just, well, if you can do it, why not? I think there's a lot of people like this in the world. Now, granted, negativity hogs publicity, but I think there's a lot of people who have become successful and have helped out others, and I think it's just the right thing to do. That's why I think this is so cool that you guys are in this class. This is a real good thing. And once you get out into the real world and you start helping people, the fulfillment you're going to find out of this class is going to be astronomical. the feeling you get when you give is something that's priceless. It's just impossible. And I hope as you guys carry into your careers of philanthropy, you remember that it's about giving back. It's not just about the number or whatever who raises more money. It's about actually impacting people's life, because to somebody it's their dream come true, and it's a really cool thing. So I'm happy you guys are in this class. Thank you for having me.